want to do in today is, one, we're gonna begin hosting elements onto this floor slab. So we'll touch a little bit, mostly on curtain wall panels. We'll make our own panel family. We're gonna load some grids so it starts laying out well, we'll probably do it with reference lines and then handle the grids in the project level. And then we're gonna, to begin, is we want to be able to toggle in between the views really quickly. So how I do that is I need to set up a custom filter on these masses. So how I do that, and what it's gonna do is I'm gonna create two 3D views, one for my detailing and one so I have my stacking diagram as is. So what I need to do is I need to go to the visibility graphics in the 3D view here, and it's VV on the computer, on the keyboard. And then the last tab, you should see a word that says filters. I'm going to click on filters, and I'm going to click add. And then I'm going to just do an edit new with it. And then down at the bottom, just like if I were in AutoCAD and I was going to make a new layer, you should see a sheet with a little tag on it, little sun. That's how you're going to make a new filter. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to call it Program Mass. And then basically what I'm doing is creating a variable that I'm going to path into all of my masses, and then I'm going to use that as a visibility parameter. So I'm going to turn them on and off. And this way I can set up a view template, and then every time I open the file, I should see my masses appear. Right? So in the categories area, I need to go ahead and associate that with the masses. So I'll scroll down to where it says mass and click on that. And I'll click apply. And then in the filter rules, I'm going to say, basically I'm going to use one of these to path in a variable that's going to queue up the visibility of that. So I'm going to do it in the comments area, because I know I won't be commenting the masses for anything but this. And I'm going to say comments equals, and then I'm going to type in program mass. Now it's essential that you spell everything correctly, and that you remember what you did, because if you get this wrong here, and then when we path it into the masses themselves, if you get that spelling incorrect, it's not going to work. Right? So I want to make sure I spell everything correctly. And then I'll click apply, and I'll click OK. And then I'll click OK again. And then when I'm back in the visibility graphics window here, I'm going to click on add and make sure that program mass is now added into the project. And you'll see that it gives me now a line item similar to my model categories area. What I can do is, the benefit of this is really the only thing I'm using is, one, I can toggle it and make all my masses the same color through this, but really I just really care about this visibility parameter. So in this case, I want to make sure it's on, and I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to go to the project browser, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to duplicate this view. And then I'm going to rename it as program mass. And then I'm going to right click and duplicate it again. And I'm going to do it as detail mass, or detail model. So I'll have my working 3D view here. and then I'll have my program mass and my detailed model. So what I'll do is, how I'm going to work with this is I'm going to do all my modeling in this working 3D view, and then I'm going to begin toggling things on and off in the detail model versus the program mass. So then what I want to do is in the detail model view, I'm going to type VV on the keyboard, and I'm going to turn off program mass, and I'm also going to make sure that mass is also deselected. So now in all cases I should have mass always deselected for all my views, and then that should turn off the program masses. And then in the program mass view, I'm going to type VV, and I'm going to make sure that program mass is on in its filters. And then under model categories, I'm going to check all, and then I'm going to turn everything else off. You'll need to make sure mass is on for this as well. Now the reason why I set up a filter is because you may have other masses in this file. Oh, you know what? One other thing I forgot. So go back and actually turn off the masses so that disappears. Actually, don't do that. So while this is visible, go ahead and select all the masses. Come on, buddy. And then in the properties of those, you should see a comments area under the identity data. And I'm going to call that program mass. And I need to spell it exactly as I did in the filter. So now when I go to VV, if I turn off the mass for this view, yeah, I'm still going to have to leave mass on. That's okay. The reason why I do that is I may have other masses that are not program mass. So in the case that you had an overall building mass, that would be called differently, and then it wouldn't show up in this view. So since it's an XREF and we're working on the program specific items, it should be set that way. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my working 3D view. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. So that's view filters. Oh, I think too then, we'll do that.